So today we're going to be investigating the angle sum of a triangle. Now, there are a couple of things that go into this particular sort of intuitive proof and investigation, and these are some of the angle relationships we've learned. So we have alternate, co-interior, and sorry, I forgot to draw in my corresponding, and as well as angles on a straight line. Now, not all of these will be relevant, but these are sort of the items in our toolkit that we can use to investigate this particular topic. So let's just draw a triangle here. Well, I'm actually going to pull one in from here. And we are going to just make some observations about it, about what we see in this triangle. So let's ignore that writing. There we go. Oops. Okay. So we have our triangle here, and we want to see kind of what observations we can make about it. So obviously we have three sides here, 1, 2, 3, and all of these sides are straight lines as well. Now, it's kind of hard to make a start on what to do with this. But the beauty of math and kind of intuitive thinking is we can just add, or especially with geometry, we can kind of throw in some things and we can add to this triangle just to get a feel for what's happening with it. So one thing I'm going to do right off the bat is I'm going to add a straight line that goes through this tip. And sorry, I'm going to do that again. Go here to here. And we're going to say that this, so we have a straight line up here, and we also have a straight line down the bottom. Now, these two, we can say, it's a bit hard to tell because I haven't really drawn them 100% straight, but we are going to make these lines parallel. And that's going to give us a little room to work with. See what I mean? We're just adding kind of random little bits to our shape to geometrically figure out certain properties. So here we want to find the property of the angle sum of a triangle. Now, feel free to pause this video on this triangle and see if there's any ideas that you can think of before I go on. So what I'm going to do here, because I have two parallel lines, I'm just going to take note of some of the things I see. So I'm going to look here and say, okay, well, I have a couple of alternate angle pairs. And I'm going to draw these in right here. And hopefully this is kind of sparking some creative juices here. But we're going to have a look here, and this is going to tell us something about our angles of our triangle. So if these are alternate angles, that means, well, if these are parallel lines, that means we have a couple of pairs of alternate angles. Here's one, because we have this Z that I've just highlighted there. And here's another. Let's use purple. And I'm just going to draw these two kind of angle markers here just to imply that these angles on either side, these purple and green angles, aren't necessarily equal. We don't know that. So we're just going to assume that they're different angles. But this shouldn't make a difference. Because look what we have up here. We have that the angle at the top, so this one here, which I'm going to mark in a different color. Let's make that, uh, let's make that orange. This angle here, as well as my green and purple angles that I've drawn out, do we notice that because I've drawn a parallel straight line, do we notice that these make up the angles on a straight line? We have that the angles on a straight line are 180, and here we have a straight line with 1, 2, 3 angles on it. So all of these, our purple, orange, and green, should add up to 180 degrees. Now, does that tell us that much though? Because like this angle here is outside my triangle, this one here is outside my triangle, only this one's within it. But because of this alternate angle relationship we observed, we have this green angle within our triangle. We have this purple angle within our triangle as well. Hence, we can say that the angles inside a triangle sum up to 180 degrees. And I'm going to write that inside here. We have 180 degrees. So the sum of angles, and I'm going to use just a little notation here to say angles in a triangle equals to 180 degrees. There are a couple of little proofs for proving angle sums of a triangle. This is one that I really like, but feel free to play with any others that you get the idea of. We could have also done this with co-interior angles and then found certain angle relationships and sums through that as well. But I think the alternate angles are a really good way to prove this. And it doesn't matter which orientation we did these in. We could have done, say, a triangle like this and drawn the parallel line here. Or somewhere else. We could have taken the line to be here. It doesn't really matter, but because we have all straight lines that make up a triangle, we can add this parallel line and prove for the angle sum of a triangle. Now, I hope that was helpful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.